everybody. How you going? G'day, Paul. How you going, mate?
How you going, Brooke? How are you?
Yeah, good. Lovely Friday today. Raining in Adelaide.
Beautiful.
That's it. Well, a bit of rain, a bit of sunshine. Yeah, it's the norm this day and age, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, got to have your days off here and there. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. How are you going tonight? Or today, depends where you are. I know we've got some people in the States. G'day, Steffi. How are you going? Yeah, I got a gentleman by the name of Paul Anthony.
How you going, Steffi?
Caperna.
Italian name.
Ah, shit. My brother's half Italian. He makes good.
Born in Australia, but parents are Italian origin. So.
Yep. Yeah, I grew up at Anglevale, and all my mates were market gardeners down that way. So that was good. So everyone, this is Paul, and he does.
How you going, everyone? How are you?
He does amazing work. He does everything: hypnosis, clairvoyant, channeler, healer, you name it, he does it. G'day, Jessica. How you going, Cindy? It's lovely, Cindy. So Paul, one thing I ask all the guests when they come onto the show is, can you tell us about your awakening and how you came to get into this line of work?
Well, I was actually born with it. Came through my bloodline, of course. Being born with it, I remember speaking to imaginary friends when I was a young child. And then around about the age of 14, 15, I had these seizures and dreams. And through these dreams and seizures, I used to feel and see things. So I went one day to see someone about it, because I wasn't sure what was happening, No,
as a kid you wouldn't.
No, I didn't know what was happening, because I used to go to my mum and say, this used to happen, that used to happen, and so I went and saw someone. And this lady said to me, you've got these abilities, let's further develop them. So I was with her for 2 years. I think her name was Janet.
Okay. What sort of age were you? What sort of age were you when that started noticing?
I was aware of it around about the age of 14 to 15.
Okay.
And that's when I was aware of my abilities, my gifts, And that's when I started feeling things. My third eye, I was seeing things. I started hearing things at night time. I was getting bumps in the night, during my dreams. It was really high frequency things. And I really wasn't, I was aware of it, but I didn't know what it meant to me, And then I started learning I joined this development group, and I did it for 2 years, and I started learning how to use a tarot, learning how to basically become aware of my self-development, learning my chakras, learning how to use the auras, learning everything around me. And I did that for about 2 years. And my awareness of the psychic field, my mediumship levels actually started really developing and growing really high,
Wow.
What did you just went like that, just boomed.
What sort of things were you seeing as a kid?
What sort of things I was seeing? I used to see spirits walking,
like ghosts or?
Yeah, ghosts. I used to see ghosts walking.
Wow.
I used to see dead people just walking past me, or I used to just the breeze. I used to hear them talking to me. In my sleep, I used to see, and I used to. I can still envision it right here. I used to a lot of things used to be negative because I didn't understand it.
Yeah,
and I used to see I used to dream a lot of negative things, and then it would happen, you know. Or I used to
Oh,
say
wow.
I used to say that this would happen on such and such day to such and such person, and it would happen.
Man, that's a lot to take on when you're young.
And when you're at that age, 14, 15, even just that little bit younger, that was a lot to take on, you know. But throughout the years, you know, when I did those self-development courses,
Yep.
it brought me back down to that level where I could understand it and make it more aware of it, you know.
Oh, I can imagine.
Then I got to that stage where I was no longer learning in this self-development group. So I thought, what am I going to do here? Yeah. So I started learning. I started learning by myself.
Okay.
And when I started learning by myself, that's when I just started, my energy levels and frequencies just started rising up again, because I started learning from other people that weren't in that circle. And I started reading more books, started doing this, started doing that. And I started learning more from different areas. And I did that for a few years, and then I stopped. I plateaued again.
Okay.
And then, yeah, go on.
Did it just get too much, or just the normal thing?
Yeah, just got too much for me again.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I met another mentor. Of course, you meet different mentors throughout your entire life, you know. And I met different mentors again. I met another mentor, and I stayed with her probably for about 4 years. She was really fantastic. She's actually not in Adelaide anymore. She moved up to Caloundra. And I was with her for 4 years. I still remember that. And we did. I did my Reiki 1 and Reiki 2 with her. That's when I started channeling in a group.
Okay.
We started learning how to channel. We started learning how to trance, and doing all that. So my energy levels back then were really, really high, and she knew that. She knew what I could do and what I was capable of doing. So even though I was channeling at low frequencies. I wasn't channeling at high frequencies.
Okay. So can you tell the people that are watching just what channeling exactly is?
Channeling is what you're doing is you're calling in a spirit, right?
Yep.
You're using yourself as a conduit. You're the conduit, right? At the moment now, when I channel, because I've been doing it for so many years, I only channel in archangels.
Okay.
Right. And I channel in high frequency now. And I will only channel in like archangels, and that's it.
So when you channel, do you do that for for teaching, or do you do it for healing people? Or?
I do it for healing, right?
Yep.
And if I was to, and for teaching purposes. Yeah, teaching purposes and for healing. For healing and teaching purposes, yes. Yes.
So when in your earlier when you did Reiki, how did that help you with your spiritual walk?
I did my Reiki 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
And that brought me right up there, you know. And then from there, I can remember, because I was only channeling at low frequencies, I was channeling a Tibetan monk back then.
Okay.
You know? Even though they were a low energy, you know, frequency. Tibetan monks were very, very high frequencies. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? They're very high frequencies, very powerful and very high frequencies. But they're on a different level, different wavelength again. You know? And I had that Tibetan monk. I still remember his name, you know, and he was with me for quite a few years, you know.
So he was guiding you for the healing, or
he was guiding me for basically everything for quite a few years. And when you're channeling, you don't remember what you say. You do not remember. You do not remember what you say
because you're in the moment.
You're in that moment, and you
Yep.
do not recall what you say. You feel this cold. I still can remember it. I still remember it, that you feel this cold energy around you, right? And you feel this lightness through your head, you know. But you also feel light around your body. It's this source of energy that's really, really light. And then the cold energy goes away, you know, and you feel light, enlightened. You feel really, really enlightened. And then once you know how to control your channeling, your voice, if you know how to control your channeling, you do not use their voice. You can use your own voice, and you can use your own eyes. It's by knowing how to use that unconscious, spiritual, conscious self. Some people, it's once you're hitting that frequency state, a lot of people change their voices, and a lot of people change their eye patterns and their facial structures and all that. But once you know how to hit that energy level, that frequency level, where you can control your spiritual self through your unconscious mind, through your unconscious soul and your unconscious body, and still remain in control, but do not know what you're saying. You're not knowing what you're saying. It's amazing.
That must be when you like record yourself and play it back. You must be like,
yeah. It takes what you're doing is my mentor. I had a mentor from Singapore, right?
Yep.
And she said to me, "What you do is you're in the mirror and you get the camera and you record yourself." And you record yourself, and you record yourself, and you record yourself over and over and over and over until you perfect
the moment acting in that zone.
That acting in that zone are, because a lot of people, when you're channeling, you have to get that. A lot of people are afraid of what they see.
Scary stuff.
It's scary stuff.
To even a lot of gifts.
Yeah, it's scary stuff, you know. Don't get me wrong, even me, every now and then when I channel, you know, my eyes flicker back. You know, don't worry, even I do it. You know, when I go into trance, my eyes flicker back, and you know, and that's how I do it. When I'm on that because I work on a matrix level, right?
Yep.
And when I'm up there, my eyes just flicker back, and I just go bang, 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 bang. You know, and like,
so what do you mean? There. What do you mean about a matrix level?
I work on with energies, right?
Yep.
Right. You got, how can you say this? You got light workers, you got energy workers.
Yep.
Right. And then the energy workers. Okay. We get, and then you got the science side of it. I mix science with spirituality.
Well, I always found, like, even with energy work and understanding how energy works, it's like I studied physics in my earlier years, and it's almost one of the same to a degree.
Yeah,
it just makes perfect sense. You know, dealing with frequencies and all that.
Yeah, doing your frequencies and you know, what you're doing is you're raising your frequencies to different levels. You know, and I find that a lot of people have trouble not knowing their frequencies, not knowing their hertz, you know, and not knowing what frequency this is supposed to be or what frequency that is supposed to be. So what I do is I give them the crystals.
Yep.
Right. And a lot of people have trouble visualizing, right? So I might give them different colored crystals, right? And I say, hold that crystal for that chakra, or hold that crystal for that chakra. Now that crystal, a certain crystal may not be that color for that chakra, right? Like red for red, or orange for orange, but that crystal may be a grounding crystal, or that crystal may be, for your munipara, or that crystal might be for your heart, or that crystal might be for your throat. So certain crystals may be for different things, for different people, for different emotions, at that certain time, to raise that frequency to that higher level, And when they do that, what it does, it raises them to that higher frequency level. And then when you bring those crystals all in line, then they can bring those crystals. See, that's what the crystal griding is really good for.
Oh yeah.
And then when you bring that crystal gridding up, you're not only doing that for crystal gridding, you're bringing those frequencies up to their auras, to their chakras, and all around their body as well.
I guess it's because you're a musician, so I guess it's like tuning the guitar.
It's like tuning a guitar. It's like tuning a guitar. Music is one of the best things. You listen to music, doesn't matter what type of music you listen to, right? Each person has got their own wavelength, right? We are our own. We are all connected one way or another. Like you were saying before with science, right? One of my favorite scientists, right? You probably know him, Billy Carson. You heard of Billy Carson, right? Fantastic, right? I don't know if anyone else has heard of Billy Carson, right? He's fantastic, right? Now, the way he explains, spirituality and physics or quantum physics together is really, really amazing.
And in a sharp suit too.
In a sharp suit. But the way he actually breaks it down, the way he breaks it down is really amazing too.
I've seen a lot of his stuff. He does the research with the the pyramids and the crystals, and links the history to Australia.
Exactly right.
And Gosford glyphs, and routes it through Antarctica, and you're just sitting there going, "Oh my god!" And then he shows you. Then he will show you stuff, pictures of Mars, and you'll be like, "My god!"
and that's what I like about him, because he can bring through what other people, a lot of people can bring through, and that's this type of things that I read and what I bring through, to my people, to the community, you know what I mean, to the community,
So you were at 15 and you got a new mentor.
You
left spirituality for a while.
I left I did. I left spirituality for a number of years. I got married. I got married.
I'm not making any jokes. That'll do it.
No. I did. I got married, all that sort of stuff. I got married and then I got back into it. Got married, got back into it, and when I got back into it, I got into it really, really hard. And then when I got back into it really, really hard, what I do, I started studying Neuro-Linguistic Programming.
Okay. Can you tell people what that is?
Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Imagine neuro, the brain, right? The language of the brain, and the programming is the behavior, thought patterns of the brain, how you can change your thought patterns of the brain to the way to achieve the best outcome of the brain, of the way you want to achieve it. So that's basically what it is.
Is that like, is that similar to programming the subconscious?
You're programming the unconscious, yes, unconscious mind. So what you're doing is you're programming your unconscious mind. So you got your neuro system, right? Which is it's how we use the language of the mind to the best of the outcome. Achieving the best of the outcome. Yeah.
So it's like, it almost sounds like you try to train yourself to in being positive thought and for the law of attraction and that sort of thing.
Yeah, like law of attraction and all that. You've got your unconscious mind, right? And it's just changing it. Like you come to me with a problem, okay? And you say, oh, I've got this problem. How can you help me with this problem, right? And I say, it's not how I can help you. It's how can you help yourself?
Yeah. Yep, right? Of course. So you take on clients to do all that sort of thing?
I take on clients. And when you've already walked through that door, you've already gone, how can I help myself? See, already your mind has gone tick, tick, tick. How can I help myself? So that your mind's already ticking over, going, how can I help myself? Just by the wording that I've used.
Yep.
So it's how can I help myself?
So you're already halfway. They're already halfway there, or what? Well, on their
they're already halfway there. You've already walked in the door, right? How can I help myself? So within 2 words of that I've already said,
And so, you said, so you also do hypnosis.
I do hypnosis
and hypnotherapy.
In hypnotherapy, that's a natural state of mind. We're in hypnotherapy every second of the day. Believe it or not, every minute of the day, every second of the day, we are in hypnosis. We're in REM sleep. When we're awake, we are in hypnosis. Even now, as we speak, we are in hypnosis. As you're looking at me, we are in hypnosis, believe it or not. It's So
we're just because I guess all the information that we're taking on,
it's all the information that we take on. Hypnosis is used with suggestive speech, suggestive patterns that we use. So which is great. I'm just reading any comments. Do I know about neuroplasticity? Oh, yes, I do.
What is that?
Neuroplasticity, just learning how this is. So I can answer that all later. Yeah.
So in your early spiritual development, you came and you got married and you started up again. Have you got any, like weird stories that you?
Weird stories? Oh,
yeah, like when you were young.
When I was young, I was okay. When I was young, I was doing a clearing on a house. I remember there was this house. There was this. When I was in this development group, we used to do channeling and trance work together.
Yep.
And we used to get together probably once a month at each other's houses. And this colleague of mine, she lived behind Repromed, just behind on Fullerton Road there. And one of the houses that I think she still lives there, by the way. the house that she lives in, it's an old 1800 home, from 1800, built in the old 1800s. And I remember
history then.
It's got some history. And I remember walking through those gates, and I went, oh my God, I can already feel there's presence here. So I knocked on the door, and I walked in. I remember walking in, and I went, wow, you've got some lovely spirits in this house. She goes, yes, I do. So we did what we had to do that night. We did our self-development class, and then she said to me, Paul, I've had some other psychics and mediums check out this certain room. And I said, yes. She said, can you do a clearing for me, a cleansing on the house? And I went, yeah, I suppose I can. And she said, back then I was only learning, I was still learning. She said, I've had professional psychics and professional mediums come in, and they can't get rid of these entities, these spirits.
Yep.
Can you do anything about it? And I was only learning. I was teaching myself Wicca back then.
Yep.
Most of the stuff I've taught myself.
Same.
And I thought, okay, no worries. So I walked into this room, and I went, oh, very cold. And I said to her, yes, I'm going to be straight out honest here. I said, you got a male, you got a female, you got a little girl there. And I lit up the candle. The candle went out. But when I walked in this room, they dived out of the room. They went into the lounge room. They were playing games with me.
Okay.
They didn't like my presence.
No.
They didn't like my presence because I was a really high. They knew my presence.
Yep.
But they didn't mind the girl's presence, but they didn't like my presence because I was a lot higher.
Vibration.
So everywhere I walked, they avoided me.
Yep. Did she offer you a room to rent?
So I got them back into the room, right? And I said, are they giving you any trouble? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? And she said that they kept on knocking on the walls, kept on doing certain things, and that she didn't like, So I said, okay, no worries. I said, they're very old souls. I said, I'll guide them back to where they need to go.
Yep.
And I said, it will be a challenge, but I will guide them to where they need to go. I said, I will need your help though, So I got the girls around me. I lit up some candles, did whatever I had to do. And then next thing we know, as I was doing my cleansing and my clearing, all the house, all the light globes blew. The power went just bang, 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 bang. The air conditioner and the heating just went 30 degrees to zero, constantly 30 degrees to zero, 30 degrees to zero. The fuse switch just went on and off, on and off, on. The oven temperatures just went on and off, on and off. They used me as the conduit to go to where they had to go. And it did take a while for them to get to where they had to go. But after the clearing and cleansing, there was this peace right throughout the entire house. This warm peace throughout the entire house. And me, I was just shaking like this, just shaking. Just shaking, and I had to sit down for about half an hour and just have a cup of tea, you know.
Yep.
That was probably with the cleansings. That was the cleansings. That was probably the worst but best cleansing I've ever done.
Yeah, that sounds intense.
Yeah. Down at Port Arthur, I remember being down at Port Arthur, down in Tassie.
Yep.
Wow. I was there for 1 week. I didn't sleep the whole week.
My God.
I didn't sleep. Across the bridge, when I walked through the jail, getting tapped on the shoulder. Getting tapped on the shoulder. But I didn't, because of the energies at Port Arthur were just so strong.
I can imagine.
I remember walking down into one of the areas, and the tour guides were just, before they were even talking, I knew exactly what they were talking about.
Yep. And
I just took this great big smell, and I went, that's formaldehyde, from when the nurses and and I went, oh, I had to get out of there. And because I could see everything, I could see the blood, I could see everything, and I just went, oh, I got to leave. I got to leave. Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah.
So how long were you down? Did you used to live in Tasmania?
I lived there for a good 3-4 years. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Was there much activity around there?
Tassie, there's a lot of activity in Tassie. There's a lot of activity. I lived in Launceston, but there's all over Tasmania, wherever you go. If you go Launceston, if you go to Hobart, if you go down the east coast, everywhere you go, there's activity. Everywhere there's activity. So yeah. I also do scribing, trance, with my trance work. I do a lot of scribing.
What's scribing?
Scribing with a pen.
Okay.
I get a pen and I do trance work and I do scribing. They come through me.
Can you explain what trance work is to the people out there?
Okay, trance work. Well, that's another one. I speak to the someone who may have passed over, or it could be a spirit guide, and I feel their energies, right?
Yep.
And once I feel their energies, or even a spirit guide, what they do is they tell me personally, and then once they tell me, they use me as the conduit again.
Yep.
But they're only using my hand as the conduit, and basically the cortex of my mind, and I'm writing.
Are you watching what your hand's writing, or are you just letting it go?
I'm just letting it go. I'm at the level now where I can do that. I've written in what we call starseed, as a starseed. I can write in starseed mode. I'm not quite, haven't balanced it quite yet. And I can, there's also I go when I meditate.
Yep.
I go into multi dimensions, multi universes,
Yep.
Galaxies. This is when I'm in this matrix. What do you call it? Matrix, multi-dimensional.
Yep.
Level. I also do remote viewing into different. When I do my readings, I can, like, I put my hand like this. I don't have to close my eyes now. I used to, and I can see either into your reality or into the reality of the loved one that's standing behind you. And I'll go into, and I can go into their reality of where they used to live. And I would say, that's where I'll walk into your house and I would say, you know, you've got your house is on the front, you know, there's a bedroom there, or there's a lounge there, there's an office there, or your grandfather, you know, there was an office there or a house there or whatever, you know, or there's a painting on the wall there, or there's a picture there, you know, and 98% of the time I'm pretty well spot on.
Yep.
I'm pretty well spot on.
So did you have to can people pick up these gifts? Can they train in some of those gifts?
It takes many years of some people are just gifted like that. I'm going to be honest with you. Some people are just gifted, and then it takes many years of meditation, because not only just meditation, but you have to sit within yourself and you have to manifest what you want out of your life and out of what you want out of being a medium. See, I sit there every day and I say, I am the greatest medium. 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 And if you don't do that, guess what? You're not going to be the greatest medium.
Yep.
I don't say that because I want to be the greatest medium or because I am the greatest medium.
You want to be the best you can be.
I want to be the best I can be. You know, I don't care. I don't want to be better than anyone else, or I don't want to, you know, say anyone else is better than me. You know, if there is someone better than me, you know what? I want to learn off of them.
Yeah. Well, we're not in competition, are we? We're just there to be the best version of ourselves.
We want to be the best version of ourselves, you know, because we are here to learn off each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if we do not bring each other, combine each other's sources and resources and teach each other, not only teach each other, but teach the young that are coming up and make them aware of what is coming, then, you know, this is what we are. We are teachers for the future.
Absolutely. So get your kids out, stop them from watching Teletubbies for one. God, I can't understand that. Are they speaking in tongues? What are they doing? No, they just. So if you go back to when you were younger and learning walking spiritually, what's some advice with your wisdom and your experience that you've had now? What's some advice that you would go back to give yourself or give to some of the people that are just starting off in their gifts and spiritual walk?
What sort of advice would I give myself or the
both
people? Both. Read knowledge.
A lot of people are going, damn, haven't you got a video for that?
read knowledge, meditate, learn within yourself, give to others that you cannot give to yourself. You know, the more you give to others, you shall receive. You know, but also look at what you're giving to yourself. You know, because if you have to give to yourself, if you give too much to others, you forget what you're going to give to yourself. You know, you have to look at what you're giving to yourself first. You know, there was one message there.
Yep.
It says something about be proud about yourself and be proud what you're doing with yourself or something. You know, so yeah. So whatever you do.
Carly's waving her hands around in the green room. I think that was one of her questions. We've got Carly behind stage, everyone. She's taking questions from the audience. So with your practices at the moment, so what do you offer people at a professional level? How can you help people at the moment?
How I can help people? Most of my I do a lot of readings. My readings are very spiritual readings, as you can see there, what I've explained.
Yep.
They're very, very spiritual. They're very high frequency spiritual readings. I do a lot of mediumship readings, where if you've got loved ones that come in, and also I do a lot of healings. I've invented invented not only the NLP and hypnosis, right, but I've invented this rapid healing, right, which I do on a high frequency, but also with my healings, I have to bring it down to a normal Reiki healing, right, which I do Reiki healings, which I use crystals on a crystal bed, right?
Yep.
And I also do what I call, I don't know if Lenore is on at the moment. She would know. She's seen me actually do it. A healing of the celestial bodies, right?
Yep.
I use a crystal grid, and it's a really sacred healing. So that one there is very, very sacred healing, and yeah, very hard to explain, but it's a very high frequency, very high vibration healing, and it does take quite a while to do. That one is very spiritual, very high frequency healing. I wouldn't do that one out in the public. I only do it private, one-on-one. Yeah.
Yep. So what would be the benefits of getting that type of healing? What's the sort of application?
That one there is if you are very ill, if you are ill, or if you have if you are ill, or if you need muscular or energy vibrations for a boost, like for spiritual people, especially spiritual people, you know, that I can do that one for. Yeah.
So would a non-spiritual person, if they're too low vibration, it just upset them too much, or?
I can do non-spiritual people with that one. I've done non-spiritual people with that one, but I got to be careful with their vibration levels. I normally take each person as they come, and I measure their vibrations when they do come and see me, and what I normally do is I assess them
Yep.
on their healing, as they do come and see me. I normally would lower my frequency levels or my vibrations to their, to what they need for their healings.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
so. But you've got so much stuff that you can offer the people. Do you teach any of this stuff at all?
I do. I teach Reiki 1, 2, and 3. I have meditation classes, and I teach Reiki 1, 2, 3. I've actually got a student of mine coming to me on Monday. She's reviewing her Reiki Masters, and she wants to also start teaching her Reiki Masters.
Yep.
So she said to me, Paul, I'm not sure how to write my books. So I'm giving her a hand on how to write her manuals.
Yep.
With me, what you do is, if you do my courses with me for the rest of your life, I'm actually internationally accredited with the IICT.
Yep.
So if you do any of my courses with me, what you do is you become a student of mine, and for the rest of your life, I don't actually charge you because you're a student of mine. So yeah,
yep.
I keep on mentoring you for the rest of your life.
Yep.
As long, because you're a student. Once you become a student, once you've done your masters with me, that's it.
That's excellent.
That's the way I operate. So a lot of people just keep on charging their students. Not me. That's the way I roll.
Yep. So, do you teach online, or is it just in person?
I'm going to start teaching online. I just haven't had a chance to set it up yet. So
yep.
Yeah, I will be teaching online. As soon as I get in gear, I will be. Yes.
Seems to be the way this day and age, doesn't it?
Yeah. What is celestial body healings? Okay, celestial body healings is it's all the planets aligned, and all your chakras and all your auras that are aligned, okay? And it's aligning all the crystals around your body, because our bodies are made up of crystals, okay? It works on a very high vibration and a very high frequency.
Is there anything else you want to add before we go to questions? Some other stuff that you do that you want to tell people about?
I do the standard tarot readings, and
yep,
and all that sort of stuff that everyone does. Could Brooke let you know when you start online lessons? Yeah, no worries.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'll post them on my pages.
Yeah, no worries. Channeling, viewing. What else have I got? I'm just looking at my notes here of what else I'll do. Energy healing, Hypnotherapy. That's done. Yeah. That's
it. That's it. Spiritually, this day and age, just learn everything you can, don't you? And just throw together your own style.
Yeah. You sort of blend everything together. That's what I've done throughout the years. I've sort of learned little bits here, little bits. I also do. I'm certified in angel healing, as well. I bring people to that. I do live platform work as well,
what's that?
Live platform work. Get up on stage and I talk.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I do workshops as well. So I do fairs and stuff like that. So
yep. Any of your workshops, are they like public on YouTube, or is it just?
Yeah, they're on my Facebook page. They're on my business Facebook page. I've got a couple coming up. So yeah.
Excellent. All the links in the show notes, people, to all Paul's stuff. Well, to his pages. If you like, we can bring Carly on at the moment, and she can hit you with some questions. Hopefully, no hard. But I do blame you. These viewers here, some of them are dodgy. No, they're all beautiful people. Aren't you, people?
Hit me hard with the questions. Go on.
Okay, we'll bring on Carly. Hey, Carly.
Hello. Oh,
how are you going?
How are you?
Reach up. Hello. Hi, guys. How are you? Sorry, we've been hanging out in the back. Okay, so to start, we've got Catriona. I'm sorry, can I say her name properly? Catriona. She asked if you made your dream catcher.
Behind me?
I'm presuming the white one, because I quite like that one too, with the yeah. I like rainbow fart bomb. Hey Margaret, hey Sam, hey Penny, hey everyone. Yeah, that one. I'm at it.
That dream catcher is actually part of the cloth. The material.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, here I'm trying to duck to look under the. I'll just look around the corner. Okay, so that one is part of a tapestry. So what about the other ones behind you? Is that tapestry as well, or are they actual dream catchers?
They're dream catchers.
Okay, cool. Wow.
I've got hundreds of them, and they're all for sale.
Do you make them?
There you go.
Hey?
Do you make them yourself?
I get them in, and they're for sale. I've got crystals.
Cool.
I get crystals in, and they're for sale. I got raw crystals in, and they're for sale as well.
Yep, beautiful.
And that's all on your page, isn't it? Yep.
Hun?
What else, Carly?
Yes. Sorry, I was just saying hello to everyone. Yes, rainbow fart bomb. Okay, Michelle's got a couple of questions. So she asked, can we raise frequencies without crystals, like, for example, music? Which, yeah, coffee time. Can you raise frequency without the crystals, like using music and stuff during, like, as music is used for healing and Reiki? Yeah. Where are we? Do you know about neuroplasticity? You answered that one. Do you actually use music through your healings?
Through my healings, depends on the situation. Sometimes the client likes music, sometimes the client doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Me myself, I don't use music, right? What I do is when I do my healings, I get into a frequency vibration that's so very, very high. It's what I do is I open the sliding doors, mm-hmm. and you can hear the birds outside, and when you hear nature of birds just singing and chirping away, it's just so unbelievable, because using the nature itself, it's just so amazing, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Where are we? Okay. Stacy asked, do you remember any of your past lives?
Past lives? Yeah, I remember most of my past lives. I do past life regression. I remember practically nearly all my past lives. A lot of people, I don't know if people do past life regression or past lives.
Yep.
Now, Brooke, you do past life regression?
Yep.
How long would it take for you to do past life regression?
About
average.
40 minutes.
Right.
40 minutes.
It takes me 30 seconds.
Okay. That's quick.
Yeah. When I do past life regression, I can just go, I hit that frequency wave and I will just go bang, 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 bang. And I'll know how many past lives you've done or what sort of past life emotion that I need to get to hit that emotion where that's to detach that emotion from you where you're at this moment to break to make that detachment. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Like if there's something that's disturbing you right here, right now, I'll know where to get to at that past life, and it'll only take me about 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there you go, Rainbow Fart Bomb. That's an
healing,
answer to your question.
healing purposes. I remember I was having a problem with my throat chakra, and one of the past life regressions. I was getting hung.
Yeah. Not many people can go probably. I reckon Stuffy will probably be able to go hit it really fast.
Yep.
I believe he would. I've got a funny feeling he would go fast too. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What else we got, Carly?
Where are we? We got Jody who asked, "Is it your handwriting?" So you're talking about you scribe in Starseed. So how does that actually look when you scribe that? Like, is it in letters, or is it symbols, or is it?
It's not letters.
Yeah.
No, it's not letters, and it's not symbols. It's totally different.
Okay.
Okay, it's totally different.
Hard to explain.
It's not letters. It's not symbols, and it's not mathematical. It's very similar to when you do read it. It's like a Arcturian Syrian language mixed, because I'm from an Arcturian Syrian culture. And when I write it, it's very I've nearly perfected it. I haven't quite perfected it yet. And some of it I haven't got it here.
That's okay.
Yeah. It's very it's very hard to explain how it is.
So to someone else who isn't aware of that it would look like scribble kind of thing to us.
It would look like scribble to you guys.
Yeah.
It would look like scribble. Someone who knows the language, right? They would say, you just got to perfect that. You got to perfect that. You got to perfect that. You got to. There's only 3 or 4 people that I know who have actually come up to me and said, you got to neaten that up. You got to do that. You got to do that. You got to do that. There's only about 3 or 4 people that I know that have said that to me. Yeah.
Well, look, I've noticed, I've done automatic writing before, and I mean, just in my own handwriting, it's a complete mess. Yeah. Because you're kind of just writing as it's coming, so you're not really paying attention.
Yeah, you don't pay attention to it. It just comes.
You just allow that to flow.
You just allow it to flow. Yeah. Like now, I'm allowing it to flow.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Twitch Alex 691. I think it was what is channeling about, because it had what is channel about. So I'm presuming that was what is channeling about.
We discussed it earlier on the show.
Yeah, we discussed it
earlier. They may have missed. Because they came in a bit later. Penny.
Hang on. Can I just say something?
Yeah.
If you do channeling, unless you're an experienced channeler, please do not do it. And trance worker, please do not do it on your own. Okay?
Okay.
Please.
What kind of problems can you run into?
You can bring in a lot of negative energy, right?
Okay.
Please do not do it on your own.
Not for the beginner.
Not for a beginner. Not
Yep.
for a beginner.
Do you teach channeling?
I teach it. I
Yep.
teach it. Yes. Yes.
Well, there you go, people.
Cool. Now, Penny's got, what would you suggest for anxiety? Like people with anxiety?
What I suggest for anxiety?
Mm-hmm.
Who's got anxiety?
Penny Evans was asking.
Okay. Does anxiety? Can you see anxiety? All right. If you can't see anxiety, can you feel anxiety?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see anxiety? Is it on the table? Can you actually see it?
Yeah, she's saying feel it.
What do
You've
you
got to
feel
learn to.
when you feel anxiety? What do you feel it?
There's a
Because-
10-second delay on
Yeah.
Facebook.
It's about learning to control.
It's about learning to control. Because what you're feeling, it's not actually anxiety. Your heart races. Okay, your heart races because it's palpitating really, really fast. Okay,
Adrenaline's
Because-
kicking in.
your heart races because it's palpitating really, really fast. How can you control your heart palpitating? By taking deep breaths. So
Mhm.
close your eyes in a sacred space and just go 3 to 4 deep breaths. All right, nice and slowly. 3 to 4 deep breaths through your nose and out your mouth. 3 your nose and out your mouth. Through your nose and out your mouth. In a nice, safe place where you feel safe.
She
Breathe out of the
Yeah.
chest and
It's
goes racing.
also diverting your thoughts. Just like I've been taught
Okay.
to, picture 5 things in the room. Like it's to
Okay.
distract.
My heart beats like it's about to leap out of my chest, then it goes racing. Okay, envision yourself in a safe place. What you do is, while you're taking deep breaths, I want you to envision yourself where you feel safe. What is your safest place where you envision yourself? What do you feel safe doing? It doesn't matter if you doze off. It doesn't matter, because if you doze off, that means you're falling asleep. It's good to doze off. It's good to doze off and fall asleep. Because when you're dozing off and falling asleep, you're feeling safe. And because
Indeed.
you're feeling safe and you're dozing off.
It's just trying to bring yourself back into the now and stop thinking about the what ifs, because the what ifs are normally what trigger that anxiety.
Are you in Adelaide?
Penny's in South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want, you can do a Skype session with me, right? Or do a online session with me, and I won't charge you for it. How's that?
Absolutely, Leon. I'm just going through that with my daughter with anxiety.
You can just type in his name on Messenger. The links are in the show. Penny.
You just link me, okay, and I won't charge you for it, okay, Penny.
Any other questions? You
Yep.
covered the online courses because you were going to try and start that up. And you also answered Tracy's question about the celestial body healing too.
Yep.
Okay. So that's all the questions then, Carly?
Yes, that is it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can kick me off now.
Oh, that's
All
good.
right.
So, yeah, people, anything you want to know, hit Paul up for. We get he's got his website and he's got his Facebook page. All the links are in the show notes. So if you want to hit him up, you want some more information, you want to find out what he has to offer, you need some help. Because I don't stress to you people, sometimes you just got to go and get some help from people that know what they're doing. Okay, to clear out blocks, just to get over some hurdles. Sometimes I don't mind. I get work done myself with certain people. Yeah, you can't just do it all. Well, you can do it online all the time, but it helps to go and get some stuff. And absolutely, just learn. So if you want to hit Paul up, yeah, as I say in the links, he's got a wealth of information. He's been doing this. He's been doing this all his life, so he's knows what he's doing. Anything you want to add, Paul?
No, that's it. That's about it. So yeah. So just look me up and I'll be there. So yeah.
Oh, excellent. Okay, people. Thanks for coming. I'd love to have you on the show again sometime, Paul.
Yeah. No worries.
If you enjoyed it. Wasn't too dodgy, was it? No.
It's great. It's great. Right.
Good.
Great.
Yep. So Paul's in Adelaide, people. I'm in Adelaide. We're all in Adelaide. It's a lovely town. And it's not in lockdown. Can I say that?
yeah, you can say that. there's no lockdown.
Okay, people. I'll just next week on the show, I'll just run the promo for you before we say goodbye. And that's Misty. She's a medium. A lot of you have probably seen her on Facebook. She does readings and all that sort of thing. Okay, thanks for coming. Thanks again, Paul, for coming in and sharing your experiences and what you have to offer with people. Thank you so much. It was great to have you on the show. I hope we can do this again sometime.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone, for watching the show. And we'll see you next week. Until then, see you, people. Bye.
See you
Thanks.
later. No worries.